Hi guys, my name is Cabral Sylvester and I'm the CEO and co-CTO of The Big Picture.
I'm Daniel Chertok, COO and co-CTO. Together, we're the co-founders of the Big Picture Health app.
As you all know, healthcare expenses are bankrupting the US economy. They account for approximately 17.5% of US GDP, $3.3 trillion annually. Chronic disease accounts for 80% of these healthcare costs, over 2.5 trillion annually and rising. If you were to take a closer look at what actually triggers the onset of chronic disease, you can trace virtually all diet and lifestyle related chronic disease back to 12 key biometrics: glucose, blood pressure, blood count, BMI, cotinine, cholesterol, iron, inflammation, liver function, kidney function, waist circumference, and vitamin D. Now, I may need to lower my blood pressure and cholesterol,
And I may need to boost my vitamin D and blood count. But everybody on this planet is affected by these 12 key metrics. The Big Picture helps users track and identify which of their 12 metrics requires improvement, and then helps the user manage and improve those metrics. Our MVP includes a suite of features to do this already, and our product plans continue to grow out the feature sets and functionality that will continue to level up this platform.
now that you know why the big picture matters, let's just jump into a quick demo.
Welcome to the Big Picture. Here on the home dashboard, you can see our user interface includes each of the 12 metrics we were just discussing earlier. At the top left, you see glucose. Notice, if you look at the top left of the box, you see the green check indicating that the user's most recent glucose reading fell within doctor-recommended parameters. When the user taps on glucose, they are redirected to the glucose input page. If you take a closer look at this screen, we can see why we saw the green check. On May 24th, the user entered a glucose reading of 90 milligrams per deciliter. Now, if the user enters a new reading, 120 milligrams per deciliter, we see the glucose indicator changes state from green to red. If the user taps on glucose again to re-enter the input page, you can see that the last entry was automatically logged, creating an electronic health record. Each of the 12 metrics has either 1, 2, or 3 input forms. Glucose has 1. If we open blood pressure, we see 2 input forms, one for systolic and one for diastolic. If we open cholesterol, we see 3 input forms, one for LDL, one for HDL, and one for triglycerides. These inputs, like all of the big picture, are very user-friendly. Anyone who can dial a telephone number can input their metrics into our forms. Back on the home screen, you can see that the user needs to improve their glucose, cholesterol, and BMI. This is where the Big Picture's metal really kicks in. We're going to take a look at some of the tools that helps users take action to improve their metrics. If we go and tap on the metric meal plan icon in the footer, we open up the metric meal plan. The metric meal plan has 3 features. 1, it clearly displays to the user which of their metrics require improvement. 2, it indicates just how much improvement the user needs to achieve to get that metric back into its doctor-recommended parameters. In this case, the user needs to reduce their glucose by 20 points, reduce their triglycerides by 40 points, and reduce their BMI by 2.1 points. Then the third feature, if the user clicks on any one of the food groups, they get medically tailored meal plans pertaining to each metric, empowering the user to make the most informed food choices. If the user exits the metric meal plan, they can choose Smart Cart or the 100-day challenge to help put those medically tailored meal plans into everyday action, creating accountability and routine. Let's take a quick look at Smart Cart. Smart Cart uses the same medically tailored meal plan as previously featured in the metric meal plan. Smart Cart allows the user to log their grocery purchases by the week and month, so they have an accounting of their choices at the grocery store. So if you look at the week of May 20th to 26th, you see there are no entries thus far. Now, if the user adds 2 items and logs their cart, you will see that the 0 is updated to 2. Smart Cart also keeps a log so the user can go back in and see which items were purchased that week. There's also a ton of functionality we'll be adding to this that will create even more value for the user. Push notifications, weekly email summaries, itemizing purchases, food recognition, and so much more. We have the opportunity to really add value to solidify this tool as an everyday part of people's lives. By the way, the 100-day challenge has similar functionality. In the interest of time, we won't demo that. The Big Picture is larger than just these 12 metrics. With our EHRs feature, the user can manage additional metrics that impact their health and lives. We have our initial list of EHRs today, and that list will continue to grow with each successive app update. Going back, the reason we highlight these 12 on the home dashboard is because, again, 80% of healthcare costs are derived from the mismanagement of these 12. From a managed care perspective, these 12 have the opportunity to make the largest shift in both health outcomes and the financial costs for insurers, employers, and individuals associated with chronic disease. As we get people to really understand and manage these 12, we have the opportunity to truly drive down costs and improve health outcomes. One final note, users can also manage their preventive screens and their vaccinations as well. All of these tools and features drive the ultimate goal of creating a place where the user's health is managed from a central point on their smartphones. That wraps it up. We wanted you all to get a look at our MVP. Of course you can, and we hope you do, download the app in the Apple App or Google Play Store. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.